Hello, comrades. Welcome back to Rivergrad. I guess Rivergrad's doing fine. I can't say I've paid much attention to it. Probably I'm glad I'm doing episodes because if it was just me playing the game, I'd probably never look and check on things, to be honest with you. I would not never. I mean, I do come in here and look, but to be honest with you, every time I look, things seem to just be progressing well enough, right? Our money keeps going up as a general statement. And if it stops going up, I guess then I'll start worrying a little bit more. But yeah, definitely too many unemployed and definitely too many plus 21s. But, even though we have a lot that aren't educated, most of them are probably children. I know it hasn't really been that much time since the last episode, but, our schools down here are always doing pretty well because we have the universities here. And I know we fixed up some of the other school issues over here, so we should be in real good shape. 12 teachers, no adult-looking people. Yeah, there we go. Just a blip because we didn't have enough staff actually here. Not even to do with the teachers at that point. But again, we have all little children in there. So let's take a quick look. Yeah, we're getting down to 5 teachers here. So we should. Well, that's not the right building. I think it's this one? No. Let me zoom in. Which, is it this one? No. Oh yeah, look, we only have one educated. I'm glad we looked, because we will start getting some older people. So let's pause it for a second, and this is what I usually do. We'll come and, when I do this, let's just take a quick look at the other ones, just to make sure we don't have to do it for another. 6. This building, yeah. So we only have 20 here. Okay, well, good. We'll dump some more educated in both places. Yeah, 2 should be enough. Now, this town is so small, did we ever, yeah, Limbriska School. We only have 11 here, so, yeah, I'm glad I looked. See, that's what I was just talking about. So we only can put 140 in here, so I don't want to just dump everybody out of here, but let's, oops. Block my view. Oh, no, I did that. Yeah, let's take about 50 from each one, right? 4, 5. I know I won't get 50, but you get the idea. Now, if we come back and take all of these guys, let's go just to Limbriska because it's the closest. Oh, you know what? We can just do this. Too many windows open, but all right, relocate the educated back to here. And then that means we can get quite a few more. Oh, there it is. There's the gulag. What is that? Why? That's not full. What are we doing here? Relocate. There we go. Now it's full. Good. So that should be okay. Probably could have. Yeah, Kameen. Well, Kameen needs some decent numbers. All right. So now let's go. I want to just jump down to here because it's the closest to Rivergrad, and we'll go grab some people. There seems to always be a lot of good ones in this house. It's not like we need, yeah, this one's unspecified, so that's what, 90? How many do we want? Yeah, we want more than that. So let's see. Can we grab some from, 46? All right, let's see if that's enough. All right, so let's jump all the way back up to Limbriska and top them off. This is not at all what I planned to do, but there we go. All right, so that one's topped off. Now let's jump over to Kameen, which is this one. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and take all these people out. Good, and that one's full. Why does it seem like... Now let's jump over to Farmingsky. Yep, and it's that. that building. Yep, they have no more educated. Yeah, so we didn't need this many people, did we? Well, kind of. Not really, but there we go. Okay, good. So now we should have that little problem taken care of. Now, one of the other things, the game's still paused, which is kind of good. It lets me think. Just minutes ago, and I could almost tell because like the vehicles weren't settled, and this is why I actually stopped it and, said, well, we need to get some more construction planned. So we have this bridge done. So we actually have both of the road bridges are now completed. And what I would like to do is, just for the sake of, being able to construct over here, I'm not going to build storage yards, just kind of like I did on the other road tunnel. I just want to get, a road construction here. Nothing else. Just down and dirty for now. We can always expand things if we really want to. But I think I need to get a little bit of a road going. And I just want to bring it out far enough on this little spot that we had made. Let me commit to that road. And yeah, I think I'll just attach it right up. I was just wondering if we should build a little stub road and then attach this to the stub road. But for now, this is fine. I can always... But this will get us a construction yard that'll let us, put a... Not only a... can we level? There we go. Don't need to. Perfect. Good. So that'll get this guy building out to here anyway, and then it'll be a lot closer. I mean, and then we'll be able to level and do whatever we want throughout a pretty big area over here when it comes to determining what we want to do with our food factories. So let's come back to Limbriska, since they probably don't have that much to do. And they looks like they have a paver, I can tell, and a... Good. So we'll just get them working on that for now. Nice. Now, one of the big reasons I have it paused is because I want to talk about Electrical City, and my mind is much clearer when I don't have nagging thoughts about is everybody busy. And I honestly, even though some people don't like the pausing too much, when I stay 90% paused for a video, it frees my mind up, and I don't have to worry, like, do these guys have something to do? Do these guys have something to do? And in addition to that, like, if we do need bulldozers and whatnot, they don't end up like quitting on us halfway through. So the first thing I think I'd like to do is sort of define where Revergrad will be. One of the things we need to do is get a school in here. Now, we also need to get this electrical over there, but I think I'm going to wait until this road's done. But we have a nice place for like 6 houses right here, right? And I think I'd like to make some squares here. Now, one of the things I notice is this is sort of like 2 different types of roads. So I think I want to get rid of that first, just so we have it nice. One section of road. There we go. And then, I think I'll do it the upgraded road. And then now that we have that, I think I can get rid of this road. And what I'd like to do is kind of form a square right here between these 2 roads. Now, I would picture them being the upgraded roads as well. Like the fully... you know what, let me put on the wire frame so we can make things nice and square. Let's do this one first, because I'm already lined up with the camera. We'll just come down far enough, and then we'll spin around here, and we'll... Now, I have no idea if that's optimal, and we do have a kindergarten way down this area, so we're going to want another kindergarten. Maybe we can put a kindergarten in this square, right? But what I would like to do is kind of form another one of these big rectangles here for a bunch more houses. And for now, we'll just use these because they kind of take up as much room as anything else. I don't really want you attaching anything. Unfortunately, I think you're going to attach and ruin my perfectly good new road. As a matter of fact, let's take For now, I'm just going to use, it doesn't matter, because I think I'm going to end up deleting half this stuff half the time anyway. There we go. Yeah, we don't want to box that in, so let's come back here. And again, really all I'm doing is space planning, right? I'm not that worried about how things attach 100%. So in other words, I don't want to jam these up too much. I just want to make sure we have the room for future house building. So if we went, since that one spun this way, a little bit more room in between. And then I would do something similar like here, right? Even though that one's way further forward, that's all right. I was just trying to get an idea of the distance this way. And for now, I know a lot of people mention this to me. I don't tend to do it, but let's just take and say, see, that's not going to be right, but we'll just use some dirt roads just for the sake of planning. And that'll probably be fine if we come here. And again, these are just strictly there for, that's kind of a big space in between. But these buildings, I think, are a little bigger than, why be too stingy with space? So I know that, we talked about the new Revergrad being the hub of the people. And I'm sort of making a whole nother little town here, but at the same time, I kind of need these people for like Electrical City, and rather than having them be bussed all over from Revergrad. Revergrad will still be grand, but this will let us focus Revergrad's people more on educational pursuits and, the houses in that area. And they'll have radio stations, and there'll be things for the people directly around Revergrad to do. But, I've gotten some comments about like build overpasses, and I have no problems. We might even design an overpass today, who knows? But like, I'm not sure how many people are building all of the stuff using the construction offices, but it's just, the last few episodes have taken probably about 20 hours, 20 hours real lifetime to get this in. And if I had been building overpasses every place, it would have been 24 hours, But now that we have materials down here, not so much, a lot quicker. But I'm still not going to get into any fancy construction until we have some people who are happily living over here, and I don't have to drive a third of the way across the map to get employees for every construction project. So I'm not ignoring your comments at all. We will get to that. So there we go. So now we've kind of, in any event, set aside, some spaces for people to be able to live. And so I'm picturing over here, maybe we could put, like I said, depends on how it works out. We'll work out the finer points later on. But I will plan on, putting like, say, a kindergarten and probably even a bus stop over here, I think might be good for, just hauling people. And we'll definitely need a bus stop. And that'll be kind of a little bit tucked out of the way, but also close to where these two people are. So the bigger issue with all of that was sort of setting up. I don't really picture this town getting a whole lot bigger. And if we did, we can kind of go off in this direction a bit and still be pretty central. We could do another rectangle like this, like right here maybe, and have just a lot more people if we want to. But that does kind of define the area, I think, a little bit better where Electrical City would be. So we have plenty of space up, right in this general zone. And if we build it in this zone, we could bring tracks in this way, and also probably bring a track like we talked about in other episodes, like down here, and feed it this way. Well, come down further and feed it this way. So I was taking a look and kind of was plopping things down here, and was, I noticed, let's go over to the various industries and start talking about electrical components. In some ways, it's not the best laid out building that you ever saw, just because I'd really like some of those connections on different sides. It's kind of a shame that it's just, and then the one connection that you have on the one side is just like right up against the road. But these guys have 3 parking spaces, and they, if we hover over here, they need 3 incoming materials. Now, they don't need so many materials that we couldn't supply them with trucks. But then again, you know, we're not going to necessarily want to drive steel and plastic and chemicals all the way over to here, right? So what I'm picturing is a few of these buildings in a cluster, like say 4 of them, that are all supplied by one rail area. I hope that makes sense. So in other words, we're going to have a rail yard, like say here, that's going to have the different components coming into it that we need to build, and then we'll have just smaller or whatever size trucks going and sitting in each one, because as long as we have a place to go out, take out the stuff, we shouldn't ever jam up. And we'll try to make sure that we have a bus stop that the people can walk to each one of these, right? So that way we don't have buses going directly to these. So having said all of that, you know, we could probably be reasonably close. I'd say, you know, just for the sake of not jamming everything up, why don't we get a road just to mark our territory? You know, like we would have a road running up here, and that could just, you know, draw a line there. And then while we're at it, why don't we just take this road, and that'll give us some idea of, you know, nice square in this area. Could probably even demolish that guy. All right, so there we go. So that'll be like the first cluster. Now down the road, we might even have more of them depending on how things work out. Now remember too, when it comes to all these components, we'll have, you know, we have a pretty massive chemical operation going on over there, and we have oil right here. So it's not like we couldn't fire up more plastics and oil refining over in this area to supply this. And again, we're talking about steel, so we can really, you know, depending on how we do it, we can have some of the components and stuff being made closer. Anyway, that's enough of that. Too much long-term planning just changes anyway. So let's go ahead and see, you know, if we put one of these guys down here, and I don't know that there's any reason it shouldn't go relatively close to that corner. And then come back out and say we would want a warehouse that could feed into that guy. Now this guy's, you know, going to have a road facing this way. And then if the road faced out, how can we, I think I'd like to get it like this maybe, but then would we ever want, yeah, we would definitely want to maybe get a rail in and out of here, wouldn't we? Let's see, if I cheat this guy this way, can I still attach this? Yes. Can I get a rail, even if it's just, well, there's only one space here anyhow. Can I get a rail? Yes, I can. So I can get a rail out of there, or we could even talk about it coming this way, but at least we know we can get a rail over here. So let's just for the sake of holding space right now, we'll just put where we can get a rail in and out. We'll try not to get too close to that. And let's come back over to here and see where we would put the second one. Now, I'm not necessarily going to build all of these right away. Yeah, see, this is where, you know, if we could get the road out across there. We need to get a road. I definitely want a road connection here as well. So I'm just trying to put this guy as far this way where I think, you know, can we do something like this? Might be too sharp a turn. And then, you know, if I did something like that, let's see, can we get, these are kind of my biggest concern. Can I get this guy to attach? Too sharp. So we can move that guy back a little bit. Can we get this guy to attach? Yes. Can we get this guy to attach? Yeah, but that looks really janky. All right, so let's demolish that and demolish this. Play pause. All right, so now we just want to move those back a little bit, hopefully, from where we had them before. All right, let's see if this one builds. Is that what I wanted to do? No. All right. You know what? Let's play. It spun around different than I wanted. Like this one's fine. So let's go back. Yeah, let's see. This one's a little bit further back. Let's see if it's too far away to do this now. Well, of course I want to go from A to B. There we go. All right, so for at least back in this area, we should be able to make that turn, right? So now this one I want to demolish again because of the way the road's coming out. And come back over to here. Would be nice if this was all on, like you didn't have to, okay. Play pause. Yeah, I said I didn't want the road. So if we came back further, maybe like this. Can I then jump over here? Yeah. Good. So now, there we go. So now what we need to do is get some kind of a logical road connection, but I don't think that should be the end of the world, right? So can this guy just, yeah, he can come out and turn, kind of look nice. Definitely don't need two. Yeah, what did you do there? Right, let's get rid of that for a second. You know what, I'm going to just sort of, you know, let's do this. Yeah, so he would have been happy coming across here, right? Now, can I do that? Not too sharp a turn. That's all right. I'm willing to do this. And then can this guy... Yes. All right, so there we go. So those two are supplied, or would be. And then we need to get these all attached. So if I build from here to here, then I guess you just want to go in the middle, right? And that means we'd probably want to upgrade this road, which we will. We can make it all just one construction project in the end. So now what I'm thinking of is, over in this area, like imagine we would have another one of those if we ever wanted. I mean, I know that like 16 of these would be overkill and a half, but hey, why limit ourselves just when we're talking about planning and space? So we could even have another one up here. So what I would want to do is have like a corridor for rail and road coming this way. And obviously we'd want to make a fairly quick path for these guys. So we probably should put a road. Oh yeah, look, we're getting a little, let's do a little leveling. Just so that whatever roads are going around this are relatively level. And so this is where I think actually this tool sort of does a better job of smoothing. There we go. Good. All right, so now let's take, we're just going to put a road all the way around this guy. It's too far. Oh, building in the way? Okay. Okay. Oh, building in the way. Okay. Buildings are bigger than they appear in the mirror, right? Okay. So you like don't want that. All right, let's just delete this back a little bit and level out a little more just because it's just so I could take that road past it without it causing too many issues. All right, so now Yeah, it'd be nice if that ghost image was, so that building is like in this area. Yeah, this is probably fine then. There, and then this could come out and attach there, but I won't even do that now because, you know, I do want to make these big long road projects. All right, so I'd like to get rid of some roads and footpath there. Yeah, let's get rid of the footpath. Oh, that's not get rid of footpath. Yeah, we can worry about footpath later. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, could we... Well, okay, one thing at a time. Let's get the road in, or back in. What's wrong? Oh, you don't like that other road being there still? Okay, I think that was the problem. Yep, that was the problem. Good, so now that'll be, generally speaking, one big thing. Now, the other thought I had in mid-sentence, though I don't think I'd put it in, can we get a... Oh, look at that. We could fit a bus stop, like, right in there. Nice. Because some of these people could just come to work directly from the town over here, right? And then if we put a bus stop here... Yeah, you know what? But if we put the bus... Oh, you know what? People could come in and out either end. Yeah, that's nice. Now, I could definitely live... Like, in other words, they can go out this way. I don't need people... Yeah, I think this will work fine. I guess what I'm trying to say is people could come out either way. And they really only need to go to these two buildings anyway at this point from this bus stop. So for now, just so we don't forget... Oh, thank you, game save. Yeah, I don't want to mess up my road, but yeah, I'm going to put it back like right there. And of course, I messed up my road project, but... So we'll put my little road project back again. Good. Okay. Now, the problem with that is... Well, no, we're getting rail out this way. No, so that works out. We just wouldn't be able to get rail in this way. So now what I would like to do is talk about the supply of these things. And in order to supply them, we might end up leveling an area right here, but the general idea will be that if we look at what we need for these, it's plastics, it's steel, and chemicals. So probably would want a rail coming in this way for the chemicals, right? And the plastics could probably share the same building, but they would sort of want to come in from the other direction. Like, in other words, I would think that they would be coming from... Oh, where the heck is it? All right, now we're lost. Over here. So I don't know. Maybe they will go this way. Trains kind of do some little bit of crazy stuff at times, but... And I don't know, do we want two separate... Maybe at that point, because of that fact, we want two separate things just so that we don't need to have so many rail connections. Right? Like, because we could kind of squeeze in, like right here, say, pretty easily a warehouse for... Well, I'd want it up here. Yeah, let's do a little more dirt road planning. So let's say that... you won't let me do that. Well, why don't we... Yeah, I don't want you going up that hill. There you go. Yeah, take that hill down a little bit. All right, that gives us an idea. Yeah, that's pretty straight. And then let's see here. We'll do another similar kind of thing. And that'll give us an idea of the level of the land when we go to... Now what I would want to do is leave like a corridor here for some trains. We've already got a road. Maybe we even have like electrical. That's kind of raising that up quite a bit, but just put that there for a boundary marker, right? And then we could have a train coming in here. Well, I don't know that I like that boundary marker, to be honest with you. And when I say boundary marker, I mean more for like the height of things. But with this bus station, well, we might have to have 2 bus stations if we ever got that big with this whole operation. All right, so let's go ahead here, and I want to just level this out where I can. I think that made it a little bit higher than it needs to be. All right, so we're going to talk about right here, say, see, that's up kind of way higher. Yeah, so let's come back over to here, and we're going to take a railroad track. Yeah, I really don't like the way that is. I can't see because of the trees. Too big a descent. Come on, you were just... All right, now you won't let me... There we go. Even though that's really getting ugly over here. So let's delete that. Well, let's just... Yeah, it's fine if we... Let's get our smoothing tool. I didn't really want to go up that much. You know what? If we want to go down, we can just smooth from down here a bit. And then it's... There, I think that's better, right? Yeah. All right, so now let's bring our railroad track. Let's spin around and look at what that means for here. Yeah, you know what? We can come in... You know, like say just like this. Might have to delete some of it off, but that's a nice... We could, you know, bring 2 so we can... I don't think we'll have that many trains coming in and out of there. And then we can talk about connecting that at some point in the process here. We're a little bit close to this. What is that? Yeah, that's... Might even want to bring this over this way. We're getting a lot of connections, or even bring it over this way and make some kind of a cross intersection, you know. But then again, we're only going to need to connect this way, aren't we? Yeah, well, I'll think about that more later after we've laid out a little bit more of this. All right, so now, having done all of that, I want to come over here and say this will be a chemical warehouse. And I think I want to spin it around this way. All right, and then we'll take our tracks. All right, so the track can come in and out. And then this guy, let's see, can we do this gracefully? Like, yeah, but I'd want to be... We can even give it more space, I think. If I come here... Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, does it? So there, so, you know, a little bit of overkill. If we ever had to come off some other place, we probably could, but this would just be, you know, a train line to take advantage of our current chemicals over here and get them into this area. And then the road, we could build a road right straight. Well, let's just go this far for now. All right, and I know I just sort of messed up my own principle of single construction, but we don't want that, to be honest, anyway. Hope I didn't cancel any other roads. Because that's too much of a... Let's smooth this out a little bit. Yeah, can we bring that down, Tad? Let's... Yeah, that's not perfect, but it's not bad either. Good. So now we have a road and we have chemicals coming in. Now, all of this is out of the way over this way. So what I'm thinking of is maybe we don't ever plan on 16 of these. Maybe what we plan on is, well, I guess we still could have 16 of them. We would just have one a little further this way than I was picturing. But now what I'm thinking of is, you know, we have this train track that could come back out with electrical components. And we would then have, let's see, where we got? We would then have storages. Another warehouse. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, we talked about this area might be for more housing. And so now, certainly if we had, could we get, I don't want this too jammed up. Here, let me do this as a matter of fact. Let's get this spur turned this way in some way that seems to make sense, right? Because what we would probably have is somewhere a little bit off of that road, say, is railroad tracks coming in. I don't want you to do that. There you go. All right, so this guy would come off and go this way. And he would just be like his own separate railroad spur, but he would also be, would he be the end of the line? No, he really wouldn't be the end of the line, would he? Because we would probably end up having, say, something like this. You know, I don't want to get into too much, right? And this is where we would build more houses. Yeah, you probably want to turn that a little bit more. Yeah. So that would stay out of the way of any future construction there. And then this guy, how's that look? Not overly impressive, but yeah, what I'm thinking of is this guy should come off of a more official looking track. And by that I mean, what? Yeah, let's get rid of that. Yeah, get rid of all that. Let's reattach these two. So what I'm thinking of is we would have something along these lines. And this guy and this guy, right? So this would be, can we go from there to there? And there to there? Right, so the trains could come down, come in. Yeah, we'll take this guy across the road. And that would be the incoming. Could we get an outgoing? Yes. And maybe we even bring this across the road like this, and then it would be really cool if we could get that. That's going to be too sharp a turn, yeah. That actually might, it's goofy, well, we don't really want a train sitting there, but I don't know, it's a little bit goofy, but yeah, maybe it's not. it's kind of nice and smooth looking as far as it goes. All right, so now having done all of that, that'll give us a good idea of where we can put our storage warehouse, right? So I tend to want to put it maybe a little further up this way. Or do we want to do it this way? Nah, I didn't read quite enough room for that. Yeah, so let's put this guy over here. And just see how that goes. And then what we're going to want is a big open storage for some steel. And maybe we have this guy like that. But I don't like the leveling that I just did. So the reason I was thinking of that is this track would be straight. And you don't like that because you're not level enough. Okay. Here, turn red, please. Can I do... There you go. That might be interesting too. Well, now let's see. What we need is this guy. Let's see. Will this guy come over here and look semi-nice? Yes. But then I need another. I don't want to go that close. Let's leave enough room. I could put a signal in there. Yeah, there we go. So that guy can come off of there and come around to here, right? And then if this guy went straight, then again, I don't want to be too close, but that's fine. There, a little bit of a lot going on, and I'm not sure how well this road would work out, but I don't even know that we really even need this road, to be honest. And this might be a good case of like where you might do an overpass or something. I definitely want, these roads to be all paved, because while I was just talking and not mentioning it, we have a road connection there, and we would get a road connection here, right? All right, so let's commit to all the roads, and then I want to delete this dirt path here. And yeah, for now I would just delete that. Don't delete that because I want to come back to the same place. Right? And then this got broken up. So let's get rid of this footpath. Oh, no. You won't let me get rid of it. Oh, you don't want to build a footpath. We want to delete this footpath. Yeah, and then let's go back to roads. There we go. The never-ending resetting up the roads. Now, these were all just placeholders. So I'm going to come in here with our demolish tool and say yes. Yes. All right, let's see what happens if we, got them all. Now let's do the road cancel tool. And yeah, this is just a complete mess, though I don't know that I'm even going to build this right away. Yeah, while that's still an intersection, and I don't think it'll be hurt to leave these planned. I don't have to build them, right? Yeah, and we'll just leave that go as it is. But that'll get us a minimum number of constructions, and then I don't mind if this is just a smaller one. There, what do you guys think? And then once this all gets built, we can do that. But at least we'll have electrical components, which will be a pretty big step forward. Let's go around and commit to roads and rails and factory connections. There. Well, let me know what you guys think. Again, I'm a little bit ahead on episodes, so it won't get your comments necessarily immediately, but I know that's a heck of a layout, but we've now got the materials or the possibility of bringing those materials in. We have like a central thing. Down the road, we could expand this if we wanted, as long as we don't jam anything else too close to it. I don't think we're ever going to need this many electrical components, let alone. But again, you get an idea how you could lay it out in a big scale. I know Knee's minimalistic approach to things is probably twitching right now, but I think I like build big. Big. It's an American thing, right? Think big, like Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas, but we're not in Texas, are we? Well, anyway, there you guys go. So let me know what you guys think. There's going to be a while before all of this construction gets done. We don't even have houses in the area. So in between the episodes, I will continue to plug away. And the next thing to talk about would be like electrical components, right? I mean, electrical, whatever you call it, electronics. So, we'll take a look. Maybe instead of worrying about 16 different things, we say, okay, well, this might be for more electrical components if we ever needed it, but then maybe we make a bit of an electronics thing right over here. Though I do want to make sure, because the oil's up here, we should make sure we can get tracks up into this area. There. Okay. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm going to call it an episode here just because it's about time. It's a little bit shorter than some, but also feel like this is a point of completion, right? So where we can all talk about this, it gives you guys a little bit better chance, like I said, to make comments if I don't go on and on and on with videos. All right. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.